So, here we are with our High Elf of Gozag, game number 11 in the Elliptic Streak. See if we can't get a little more work done on this dude today. Probably a short stream today, maybe an hour, maybe like slightly more. What have we been doing with this guy? Well, we've been doing our usual thing and going stat form, much to everyone's dismay. But, you know, if it works, it works. Where was I going to go? I don't have any runes yet. Why don't we just go to Spider Nest, you know? Actually, wait a minute. I have MR. Yep, I have 2 pips of MR, so we're reasonably safe to go into Orc Mines. Why don't we go ahead and finish out Dungeon? Right? Oh, we don't have anything to turn into a snake. There's some arrows on layer 20, layer 6, there's 25 arrows, but unfortunately, that place is filled with dire elephants. So, that's okay though, because we've got Stone Arrow, which is a nice bread and butter spell that should let us kill things without the help of kill most things that, you know, we might need sticks to snakes for. You know, big stuff we can actually damage down fast enough now that we don't need the help. Yeah, Cyclops, for example, I could have seen myself using sticks to snakes to kill it, just for safety's sake. This is kind of annoying. Let's just Stone Arrow these guys, actually. See? Bread and butter. Works out just fine. And if there was a real problem, I could just cast Irradiate and totally wreck these dudes. Okay, that is a Scroll of Brand Weapon. We do not need a Scroll of Brand Weapon at all. I can actually drop this Book of Geomancy as well. What else would we possibly want in it? Petrify? Well, actually, no, I'll take that with me. I might want Petrify. Probably not, though. Okay, we made a little bit of noise here. Okay, we want to be next to these dudes. So we can do this. And irradiate them all to death. That worked out. Our missile is really helping. I really missed that spell, to be honest. I can understand why they took it out, because it was such a no-brainer. Hey, Alphaeus, how you doing, man? What's up, Alf? If you just resubbed, then that means my my alerts are not working. But Twitch seems to think that you're a sub. Says 2 months subscriber here. So thanks, man. Although I am curious why Streamlabs doesn't seem to be aware of that. I think I don't know. I think the alerts are working. It's just like Twitch doing something weird. Although I guess that's about the same thing as the alerts not working. Okay, I'd like this, I'd like to kill this priest with LRD. And remember, this is old LRD, so we gotta remember it can break through vaults. Nope, not working, goddammit, Jim. It's going on over there, Alpheus? I don't know why I know you want to be called Alf. I'm just like a little out of it today, I guess. Sorry about that. Hey, it's another pack of these dudes. It's actually really good that we're running into centaurs, since that's free arrows for us, right? So we can enjoy having sticks to snakes again. Whoa! That is a hasted melee. How horrifying. Let's paralyze. But yeah, old style LRD is going to be a little obnoxious because, like, here's why it's hilariously buffed as a damage spell. Like with Neo LRD, I could do this safely, but I can't do it safely if I'm, you know, like this, because it could explode big enough to do damage to me. So LRD has been buffed in modern versions of Crawl for the purposes of being a damage spell, which I think is really boring because it's like, I mean, the game has enough straight damage spells, you know. I think it was more interesting before. But in terms of just like streamlining a win, you know, Neo LRD is actually better, I think. But I mean, is streamlining a win the thing that you want your game to be designed around? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so, though. Bro, okay. Okay, that guy's owning me. Why don't we back off? I went down to dungeon so I wouldn't have to deal with, you know, lair branch enemies. And now I'm dealing with a lair branch enemy, the shock serpent. Sort of a shame. Although that's a good reason to learn Petrify. Yeah, I agree entirely. DCSS is about a sprawling, complex system. It's about doing interesting things within that system. Okay, I wanted to kill the wizard. These guys just like were chugging a ton of potions from that loot vault. Thanks dudes, for stealing all my loot. You know what? Let's Ice Blast to virtually guarantee finishing him off, because the last thing we want is to be paralyzed in a robe, you know. Put on the Ring of Fire. Actually, let's make some snakes. Oh, Model Dragon coming to surprise me. Well, we will paralyze him. Okay, we cannot be killed by this dude with a breath. Now we can. Dang, he's gotten some really good luck on us. We're going to use a scroll of blinking. Okay, there are invisible things. Something's invisible. We're going to rest up. Come back down. Yeah, Idort, that was a scary situation. Although it's not anymore. I mean, we just needed to get his ass surrounded. I shouldn't have taken that engagement, is the thing. Snakes, need more snakes, it's true. Okay, let's put our positive energy on instead of Ring of Fire. We definitely want to, you know, not keep that thing on, because we could run into like a Frost Dragon or something, and that would be very bad, wouldn't it? Enchant armor. I guess we'll, I don't know, enchant up the hat. Also, what am I doing? I am wearing a buckler, but I never bothered to train any shields. Now this is before breakpoints, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to be very careful about that. Actually, why don't we just train nothing but shields until that's little situation is resolved. What does this need? This needs 4, right? That hasn't changed from version to version. Yeah, 4 skill. Shouldn't take long at all.
Let's get it on.
Hey, Alf, thanks, man. That's King Pimp on the Discord. I didn't like take you off as like an insult or anything. I was trying to like streamline everything so that like that whole Discord role was meant to be like everybody who's subbed, and then I realized that I could integrate it into Discord with like the actual Twitch tool, so I didn't have to do it manually. But yeah, like Wick, I can give you a custom role. I can give you the custom role back if you like. I didn't know that it mattered to you. Man, Summon Forest is available. That's pretty good. It's not Malign Gateway, but it's pretty good. Although we won't be casting that anytime soon, really. We're kind of sucking on spell levels, you know. DK Growth shamelessly begging here. Do they not have Twitch subs in Spain? Oh, dude! Check it out, it's the Ambush Vault. Oh, man. Well, we go up immediately. Could have got a netted. We could have gotten netted by the hill giants. Which would not be so good.
Come on, college boy.
Oh, hell yeah. Whoa! No way. Alf, are you crazy? Dude, that's like $50. That's insane. Dude, you're incredible. Okay, you're definitely the King Pimp Twitch subscriber, man. That's outrageous. That is really generous. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Hey, Johnny, what's up? That music sounds familiar. Well, it's Gachimuchi. It's like a Gachimuchi parody. Twitch gave me the balloons emote. Hey, balloons are good. No, that is based as hell. That's outrageously good. Alpha for president. He's got my vote. Are you sure about that, Adort? Oh no. What's this emote? Pride Saba. Ugh. Alright. I'll rent the White House for charity. So what's the deal with that emote? Is that just like anybody cheers enough and you get access to it? I don't understand what's happening, or what that has to do with. It's only for this month. Well, I probably shouldn't comment, I guess. Seems a little odd to me, I guess. Not sure what that has to do with video games. Alright, check it out. I went back down. Resist the urge, my friend. Yeah, Elf. Trust me, I know better. Alright, check this out, dude. This is actually fascinating. So Urug blocked off this staircase. And now we've got, kind of a bad choice here where it's like we're stuck fighting one of two ambushes, It's not as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be, though. Because, check it out. I can just, boom, stat form. Come on down. And then we can probably just duke it out with him. Honestly, I could even, stick some meth cloud on his head. And, irradiate to debuff him. So he's confused and he's misshapen and mutated. Let's just, punch him out. Actually, I'm going to iron shot him when he's not next to me. You pummel Urug, you kill Urug. Very good. Now you may be wondering, why am I not doing that all the time? Why am I not just in stat form? And the reason is because the spell hunger is still kind of outrageous. Yeah, and Johnny, fair enough, but I just I don't understand. It seems inherently political to me, and it seems hypocritical on Twitch's part, because if any other flavor of politics were to get promoted, somebody would probably lose their Twitch account. And this is not to say I have any kind of problem with the people or whatever. It's just I don't know, man. I don't see what it has to do with anything. I just want to stream, This flavor of politics gives Twitch good publicity and more money. Well, exactly. That's the thing. It feels, to be honest, it feels kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not exactly predatory, opportunistic. It's like, hi, I'm a big corporation and I totally care about, your identity or whatever. I'm not buying it, man. I'm a little dubious. If it was du jour not to like those things, I think that they would be going in the exact opposite direction. Any big company would be. Exactly, or I don't think there's any kind of actual moral impetus here from these people. It's just like blatant naked greed, in my opinion, from these companies. And it's because these companies basically have a monopoly, effectively, people who kind of roll their eyes at this stuff insofar as they just want to play games, they want to stream, they want to do whatever and not be sort of interrupted by politics. They don't have anywhere else to go, really, Or it's mildly annoying, but not quite annoying enough to uproot and change and go somewhere else. Oh, dude, you guys, it's the old Deep Elf Magus. He's pink. Or is that more of a peach? These are the guys that are blue now. I don't think mechanically they're any different. Well, DK growth, I don't know. I don't know exactly how much I can say while on Twitch. I mean, again, I guess I should make it clear. It's like, of course, I believe in, like equality or whatever. And I think most people in America do. It's just such a touchy subject, and it's like you misspeak one time, and it's like, surprise, dude, you're banned forever from everything, which is unfortunately just how this stuff tends to go. So it's probably, I don't know, they call it a chilling effect. Whenever there's something in place that kind of stops people from having a conversation out of fear of being punished. A DK growth, there would be nothing wrong with that, if that were the case. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, it would be. But if I was, you wouldn't know. That would be, I mean, and I'm not saying that that's like how it should be for everybody, but that would be my personal choice, is like, I wouldn't, I don't know. For me, as a personal thing, like, I think that's private, that's like a very private aspect of my life, and other people are a little more public, I guess, but, I don't know. Tort. I don't know what I've posted in SFW in my Discord. It's mostly just memes. Yeah, and Johnny. I mean, local culture in countries tends to influence whether that kind of topic is something that people consider to be like private or public or whatever. It's definitely kind of a personal choice, but I mean, I don't think it's controversial to say that some people don't, regardless of what your preferences are, you could be like straight or gay or anything. Some people just don't want to talk about that. It's not, I don't know. I mean, whatever, I should get off this topic before I get banned. Those dragons. Dragons are mythological, though. They're not real. And Johnny, I've been meaning to tell you, the very talented artist that I have for DCSS, for the definitive edition of DCSS, the fork that I'm working on, used to be known as the Dragon Guy, because he drew so many dragons. Thought you might appreciate that. Yep, we're building a fork. No, Bitcoin's not going to be involved. Although, I'm not going to lie, I have considered putting a, openly, not secretly, not like malware or anything, but putting like a Monero miner in the software, so that like people who play the game are mining cryptocurrency for the server operators to help offset the cost of server bills. I don't know if that's actually going to be a thing that happens, but it's just funny you mentioned that, because it is something I thought about. I don't know if everybody would be comfortable with that. It'd probably be like an opt-in thing rather than an opt-out. Yeah, optional. Exactly, DK growth. Well, I don't know if it would be unethical if it was not optional. It would be unethical if I were to not tell people about it. And of course, I would never do that, because that's messed up. That's not what we do. Yeah, it would only run while they play. And again, this is just like spitballing ideas. It's just not like a real, you know what I mean? It's not like something that's even probably going to happen. But yeah, and Johnny, is there somewhere I can read about this fork? If you go to dungeoncrawlstonesoup.com, well, the devs are endlessly mad that I registered that site, but eventually it will become kind of an aggregator. There's not much on there right now, but it's going to become sort of an aggregator for news about the fork. Dude, this is absolute crap. I'm gonna fear these things. Oh, that didn't work. I'm gonna fear this again. I just want to get to the staircase. This is a little faster than me, isn't he? Yeah, he is. How much can he do? Oh, right. It's an old version of the game. Tengu. Tengu Warrior. He does 16, 8, 8. Oh, he can hit 3 times, but that's claws and bite. And then he's got a... Is that a Bardage? Holy shit, that is a Bardage. So 16 plus 18. He can't exactly kill me, but he's pretty close to it. Why don't we just haste? How about that? We got tons of haste, you know? Let's use recharge on the haste, since we have that luxury. Hey Alf, thanks man. You're so generous, dude. I totally appreciate it. Like, that's really, really, really cool. Can't say that enough.
Let's get it on.
Really awesome. Hey NaNe Badger, thanks for the sub, man. The resub, I guess I should say. Yeah, and Johnny, it was Blokes's. I should give credit where credit is due. The song was Blokes's idea. Okay, so like killing this stuff is not a big deal. It's just a matter of like getting a decent engage on it. There we go. Also, I forgot, these dudes, the ugly things, they'll go into your fire. Bro, wait a minute. Did he just meth cloud me? Yeah, he did. I forgot that they had meth cloud. Let's just go up. Okay, he died to the poison. That was slightly annoying. I gotta keep in mind, I only have 95 hit points, you know. These dudes could actually wreck me. Yeah, I think everybody here is on my Discord, come to think of it. Okay, we went ahead and went statue form, just, you know, just because. We'll punch this guy to death. You know what? I don't even need snakes. Let's just go statue form again. I know I'm using up a lot of food, but the thing is, we've got tons of money. We can just do this. Also, I train too much shields. See, that's what happens when you don't have that's what happens when you don't have the skill training targets, but that's okay. Let's go back to unarmed combat, dodging, spellcasting. And no such thing as too much shields. I mean, yeah, if we find like a real shield, I guess we could wear this wacky ass thing, although I don't want to. I don't know, this character's still a little bit awkward. Alright, and Johnny, thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it. And check out my fork. I think you're going to like it. Hey, Asimov, what's up, man? Long time no see. How you doing? Oh, wait. I shouldn't just be tabbing with Nessos around. Although our missile is up, which helps. Let's hex him. Paralyze works. Irradiate to finish that one guy off really fast, and oh crap. I took a step with him near me, and that was a big mistake. Let's put on the Staff of Cold. Let's walk away. Let's make snakes. Let's make snakes. Let's just kind of be a smooth operator here and walk away. Making lots of snakes to cover my run. Got 106 arrows still. Let's get intelligence. What is this guy? Is he a... That's a wolf spider zombie? Let's just go up. I'm okay with wasting the snakes. Yeah, Asimov, that's probably a little healthier than playing computer games too much, if I'm being totally honest. So good on you, man. You're a walking snake factory. What's up, mysteriously? Yeah, I'm trying to be. How can we kill this dude? Like, enough snakes ought to do it. He's not even resistant to poison is the thing. Hey, Bamber Boozler. Okay, well, we killed the wolf spider zombie. That's good enough for now. Running out of food, though. Not that it matters, you know, we've got the money to make a food shop if we want. Alright, here's our boy. Try to confuse him, it works. Leo Littlebook done some tutorial or walkthroughs of DCSS? I don't think so. But I could be wrong, I guess. Let's go back to this book of geomancy. You'll notice I'm wearing the Staff of Cold just so I have, you know, RC+. Alright, see you around, Alf. That was, again, really, really generous of you. I definitely appreciate it. That's so cool. Thank you so much, man. Alright, we got Petrify now. So we could just kind of spam that on this dude. It's 25%, it's not terrible. And we just keep resetting until it works. It's not hungerless, unfortunately, but, you know, whatever, I'll find myself making a food shop, it's fine. How's the run looking overall? I'd say that it's going pretty well. Okay, somebody is memeing me. Like, we're just like failing to, there, okay, there it is. You can't kill me, right? I don't think so. But yeah, the fact that we failed at 42% like 8 times in a row on petrifying that warlord was kind of, it's a little silly. XCOM percent in action. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Fox, actual stream schedule when? That's a real good question. I should get on that, shouldn't I? Okay, so Mr. Hell Knight here had a Disto War Axe. No pro streams, no subs. Need a schedule to be a pro streamer. I don't know if I want to be a pro streamer. I don't know. I mean, I do, but I'm more interested in like developing games. Although that could also make for a good stream. To be honest, I made some code. I wrote some code that is it's a program that helps people to generate dungeon crawl vaults, and it's going to be a really cool little tool that my team uses to make the best version of DCSS you've ever seen. Most enjoyable streamer out there. I appreciate that, man. That's really nice of you to say. I mean, you're right. I really should get a good schedule going. Really sticking to. I mean, if I'm being honest, it's never been something that I'm very good at, but like sticking to schedules. But I mean, I agree with you. You're 100% right. I should take that more seriously. You have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Lagonu. Hey, what's up, Albero Zuko? Yeah, we can talk about that. Although we're not worshiping him today, we're all about that Gozag life. We're also all about that not dying to a frost giant on this floor life. Hopefully. Got to be real careful around frost and fire giants. You have to always keep in mind that you know, they can do 75 damage to you. That's a lot, right? I think it's 75. Frost giant might be 60. No, it's 75. 3d25. Oh hey, I have a spectator here. Just let him know that the Twitch exists. The not dying life is the best life. It is, right? No, Adort, I mean, yeah, it is shilling, but it's not like I'm like, hey bro, want to buy some Bitcoin? You know, I just figure if people are watching me anyway, they probably have interest, you know, in hearing some commentary. Premium version of DCSS costs $5. No, it'll be free. Although I have considered, I don't know. I've thought about ways to monetize DCSS in a way that doesn't feel horribly predatory. Hey, Azimov, it's good to see you doing well as well, man. I like it. All right, what are we gonna do about this asshole? this frost giant. This jerk. Actually, that was a vampire, Albero Zuko, not a vampire knight. They're known for perma-confusing you. Which, in a way, can be worse than being paralyzed. to be honest. Oh, believe me, Adored, it's going to be a quality fork. We're redoing a lot of the art in the game. You know, it's easy to miss this, and it's something I kind of neglected for a while, but the reality is that most of the art in this game is actually really bad. You know, so we're starting out, and the biggest thing, like the biggest thing that we're opening with, by the way, one of the reasons these snakes are not so good against this dude is the fact that he's got a battle axe. That'll cause some issues, but I think we're finally making some headway on this guy. Hold on, let me take him out so I can think about one thing at once. There we go. Anyway, hey, a Profire ring. Pay $5 to have your name added to the gen list. See, things like that. My God, you're a marketing genius. I'm gonna write that down. Getting your name into the game by paying a few bucks is completely and totally, that's the thing that could happen. Like if you want to be a pan lord, you know, Bamber Boozler the pan lord. No, it's not a bad idea. It's actually a really good idea. Not even gonna joke. Because that's the kind of thing where it's like you're not paying to win, you're not even paying to play the game. You're just paying for some cosmetic thing that's totally optional. You know, you support the game, so you basically get in what's effectively the credits of the game. You know, I think that's awesome. Yeah, that'll probably get implemented. And then it'll go for it'll go into like a fund that pays for my server. So up with licensing and forking, have you checked that out already? Most of the stuff in DCSS is released under CC0, so there's nothing stopping you from making money off the assets. If there's anything that hasn't been released under CC0, I would have to take it out of the game, which doesn't really matter, because like I said, we've got a very, very talented artist, and other people who are willing to contribute as well, and we're planning on replacing a lot of the art assets anyway. But I mean, if there happen to be any that are not CC0 and somebody tells us to go pound sand, it's really not a big deal. And as far as the code goes, the code is all open source, and I guess I'd say like good luck stopping me. You know, if they wanted to, like they legally don't have a leg to stand on. They had this discussion about like suing me or asking my registrar to give them dungeoncrawlstonesoup.com, which is hilarious. It's not quite going to work out. Hey Raygoon, what's up? What do you mean alpha again? This is the only high alpha I've played lately, as far as I know. Alright, check it out. We're going to have our snakes mess with Rupert. I guess I can maybe LRD, but we really need to be careful not to blow up all of our snakes, because then there'll be an open path for him to paralyze me, which we don't want. So maybe we'll just have the snakes do it. We are very fragile, though. Why don't we enslave this polar bear? Why not? Whoops, I didn't mean to use my digging. What snakes can you get? In older versions, I think you could get like anacondas and stuff, but you can only get adders and water moccasins, and then at really low spell power, ball pythons. Your polar bear changes into a hippogriff. So that was a shapeshifter. Huh. Fascinating. Well, it's dead now. He must be our poison. Ruined ringmail, it must be our poison. Okay, he's dead. Perfect. Let's just, oh, you guys! Imagine getting mana vipers with sticks to snakes. That would be cheesier than BVC and ignition combined. That'd be pretty good. But guys, check it out. It's my favorite item. It's my favorite item, which, by the way, is probably going to be put back into the game in my version. Hold on, let me drop this real fast. This wand. This is the Disc of Storms, and it's hilarious. I don't know if you're going to see me using it this game, but it's good. It's some good stuff. And I am so unbelievably happy that this is a version of the game that has it. Okay, let's wear our Staff of Cold, so the Wraith can't mess with us too much. This is, Raygun, this is 0.19, the latest version that High Elves existed in. Because I'm copying Elliptic Streak, he had a High Elf Assassin, so I had to go back to an old version to play it. Okay, we'll drop this Wand of Digging because we've already got one. Drop the Wand of the Book of Callings, although actually we'll take the Book of Callings because I want Lightning Spire, you know? No, they didn't bring Disc of Storms back. This is, like I said, this is an old version. What I'm saying is that in my version of the game, I'm coming out with a fork, you see, and in that fork, we're going to bring back Disc of Storms probably, among other things. Let's emulate. Ice Blast, and we don't have charges. Explode him with LRD. That's okay, Raygun. It's kind of a new announcement. We haven't done a whole lot with it yet. You know, hey Alberzuka, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Mostly I've been working on a Vault designer. Code that makes it easier to create, you know, parts of the game. Yeah, no problem, Raygun, I understand. Okay. He's getting petrified, then we just LRD him to death. Wow, that's not working. So I guess we'll just stab him to death. Then we'll just walk away as we're running out of mana. I guess this works. Although we still have Spell Hunger on Petrify. One thing we're not doing so hot on is keeping our Spell Hunger down. You know, 4 pips of Hunger on a level 4 spell is not so good, considering that on my level... Oh, actually, wait. I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is LRD. We actually do have 0 Spell Hunger on Petrify. We have 4 pips of Hunger on 5th level spells, which is LRD, and then another pip of Hunger on Statue Form, which is level 6. So actually we can Petrify to our Heart's Delight if we're so inclined. Which is quite nice. we finally have a repeatable hex, you know. Now we don't, I mean, we have a little bit of stealth and we have a little bit of short blades. It's enough to get decent stabs on things, you know. Don't need that much with a dagger. Yeah, Ragoon, that's true. I do have statue form, and if I wanted to, you're right, I could change off of Gozag, although I don't really want to. Gozag's really good, you see. And like I'm okay with training a lot of spell casting and getting my getting a ton of mana from that, you know. That also reduces spell hunger. I'm cool with that. Ooh, let's put on our See Invisible ring. Good old Hungry Ghost. Oh man, well, we want to have Profire on against an Ifrit. To be honest, I wonder if I put on See Invisible instead of Wizardry, how's our spell casting? It's actually pretty good. I think that we're just going to do that, and we're going to drop Wizardry. It's a little painstaking, you know, to kill things this way with Petrify. But, I mean, if it works, you know, and it saves me the spell hunger from trying to LRD things to death. Part of the problem with LRD as well is that my Earth Magic is just not quite high enough, and I don't even know if it will ever be high enough, and on top of that, this is an older version, so it's not quite as good for dealing damage anyway. Okay, let's check this out. Orc Sorcerer, 0% paralyzed. We have enough MR now. We can do that safely. So let's go to Orc, you guys. You having fun with that DK growth? Hey, let's make a shop. I'm gonna make a food emporium. We still have almost 3,000 gold, so whatever. Really, really safe for us to go up and down in here as long as a stone giant shows up. Yeah, Bamber Boozler, this is, you can make a shop with the god Gozag, he's the god of greed. And instead of getting, you know, instead of corpses dropping when you kill things with Gozag, gold drops. And then you spend that gold to petition for potion effects, or call merchants, or bribe branches, which makes things in that branch fight for you temporarily. Oh man, I have to sneeze. 1 second, let me mute my mic. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Trying not to sneeze loudly into the microphone, you see. Yeah, Bamboozler, that's been it's been around for a little while. Have have you not played Dungeon Crawl for a little while? Are you new to the game? Because like Gozag is like relatively new, but I mean this is 0.19, so it's been around for a couple years now. I think it's the most fun god personally in the entire game. There's some wands. There's some wands available. Let's not buy those just yet. Although acid would be nice to have, it's important to remember that wands don't stack in this version. So buying a gigantic stack of them is not so good. Imagine being spawned into existence. Your only knowledge is that you were a merchant. I think the fluff behind that is actually that you're like paid. You're like your shop is funded. You're funding people from outside the dungeon to show up and sell you things. You hear a distant snort. You guys, are you ready to see the best branch in the game that doesn't exist anymore? Because I am. It's the Labyrinth. Do you remember the Labyrinth? Yeah, Bamboo Boozler, I bet you could figure it out. Hey, Rogue Shenanigans, I like that. I like that idea. I remember one time I was role-playing, I was playing D&D and I was the DM, right? And these guys, these guys, my party, people at the table, were basically, their characters were trapped in this city under siege, this gnomish city under siege, where they were battling like an army of kobolds and half dragon type dudes. They were led by a half dragon, but mostly it was kobolds. And there was this sort of carpetbagger type dude who was trying to make a huge profit off the war, and he was a wizard with a magical golem protecting his shop. And yeah, they were half dragons, 33% dragon, or an eighth of a dragon. Yeah. Anyway, so they go into this dude's shop and they decide that his prices it's all overpriced, which it was, to represent the fact that he's ripping people off in a time of need. And they go across the street to the other shop, and the dude had like set up a portal to where they walked into the other shop, and the dude's just there again with his golem protecting the shop. they were gonna rob the place, but there was like an adamantine golem, and he's just like, no, you guys have to buy from me. We're the only place in town. That's kind of how I picture Gozag acting. Like all the shops just kind of lead to the same place. It's like you don't get a choice. Anyway, we've reached the center of the labyrinth, so we have to fight the Minotaur. This is an old style Minotaur, so he should be pretty easy for us to kill. And he is. Now we're rewarded with a pile of loot. First of all, let's see what is around. We already had a book of transfigurations, as you can see on D7. Yeah, Rogue Shenanigans, exactly. That's pretty much exactly what I had in mind. I need to drop some stuff. Let's drop Polymorph. Let's never pick up Wand of Polymorph again. So we'll turn that off. We'll turn off Wands of Lightning. Those don't exist anymore anyway. Kind of nice to have, but whatever. Let's see what this ring is. Oh, this ring is awesome! This ring is awesome, you guys. Arlec, Arcore, and RF+. It even has a cool name. It's the Ring of Midnight. That's awesome. Alright. We'll get some Necromancy in here. Really don't need to learn the catalog of the sinister arsonist. Wow, what a name. Catalog of the sinister arsonist. He's sinister because of necromancy, and he's an arsonist because fire. It's cute. Let's just take this manual of hexes. I don't anticipate learning hexes, but anything can happen. Let's go ahead and drop our hunting. Well, we'll do it outside. Hold on. Okay, let's oh, you know what? Let's also check out what this staff is. I need to drop some things. Staff of Energy, that's actually quite good. That would deal with our spell hunger situation if we were so inclined. I was trying to eat up all my fruits so that I'd have another inventory space, but that didn't quite work out. Oh wait, no, yeah, it did. Alright, take the Ring of Positive Energy just in case I want it. We will leave. What if instead of this branch, it was a branch you don't ever go in instead? I know, right? Really good game design courtesy of GammaFunk, best dev ever. Definitely not messing things up every single day with Dungeon Crawl. I mean, I just find it funny that the gauntlets have like a bugged description that they refuse to fix, where it says that like, oh well, sometimes you go in and you won't be able to go back out, you know, and it's just a lie. Like that's just not the case. You can always walk out, at least for now. And when this was brought to his attention, he basically acted like the person reporting it was like an idiot with a dumb concern, you know, which I guess is kind of par for the course in terms of like what happens when you report problems in this game. Yeah, you can always walk out. We thought because of the incorrect description, we thought that that was not the case. I mean, it's absolutely wild that they are like, oh no, that's no big deal. Our game is lying to the players, but no big deal. Who cares? No need to fix that. But I would say there's more fundamental problems with the branch than that. Gauntlet's just weird because you go in and 9 times out of 10 your character just isn't ready to even remotely safely do the stuff in it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's a real interesting idea for a branch, but I think it kind of falls flat. In reality, in execution. What race class start do you think gives the most in combat turn-by-turn options over just attack with spell, run? See, it's kind of interesting that you say start, because I feel like, you know, you said race class combination. I feel like if you want those kinds of options, the lever that you want to be manipulating is probably more like god choice and skilling and things like that. Like, for example, playing like Wu Jin is going to make you behave a little more tactically. Playing HOSk is going to be the most fun game you've ever had, and it's also going to make you think more about exactly how you're managing fights. But like race-class combination, I don't know. Nothing is particularly complicated right off the bat. Maybe Scald, I guess? Scald is like the quintessential hybrid, sort of. And it branches out into a lot of different kinds of things. Petrify, 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 stab, stab, stab. Good stuff. Oh, I think I've just screwed up badly. Oh wait, no I haven't. It's not 4 yet. I was gonna say, did I miss my Westnoth stream that I'm supposed to do at 4 o'clock? I noticed that my buddy Hardwood was messaging me on Discord. I was like, oh no, did I mess it up? Yeah, we're gonna do a little Westnoth stream here in a bit. By the way, do I have RF Plus? Yeah, I do. Check it out. If I blow up, don't cuck the minimap this time. Is that what that's called? Cucking the minimap. I never knew. Okay, 2 explosions hit me. That's okay. All right, there we go. I was gonna say something about this high orc high priest tile. I feel like that's a different piece of artwork than what exists in the modern version. Hey, Envy, thanks for the sub, man. It's awesome. Or I should say, thank you for the resub. Time to game, boys. You know what I wish I had? I wish I hadn't dropped my energy staff, because we could be we could be evoking that. You seem very on fire. It's more like I made everybody else explode in fiery explosions with a scroll. Check this out. You see this little red dot on top of this orc? I'm gonna blow him up, and see the blast of rock fragments hits the orc explodes. The fire explosion engulfs the orc warrior. You kill the orc warrior. It's a beautiful thing called the Scroll of Immolation. Makes all your enemies explode when they die. Which can hurt you, but mostly just kills enemies. This is fine. Can you make me explode? I don't know. Apparently I can get you to sub to me. Is that a type of exploding? Much appreciated, by the way. Thank you. What am I doing? I should be, well, I should be petrifying these things.
Come on, college boy.
Exploding bits. Thanks, man. Dude, take a look.
Exploding bits.
You might be interested. Take a look at my what is it? The leaderboard for the bits. Like, Alf went above and beyond. It's outrageous, man. Not to show you up or anything, but I don't think that anybody's going to be able to compete with that this month. Will the new and improved version of DCSS be rebalanced as well? Nerf BVC and Gozag? I'm not sure about nerfing Gozag. BVC will almost definitely be nerfed. It's just too strong. Yeah, Envy, that is $50. I couldn't believe it when he when he said that. Really generous guy. Like, it's super awesome. No, I'm not expecting you to give me $50, man. Come on. Always appreciated, of course, but never expected, you know. Okay, I killed all the orcs with a well-placed LRD. We still got this dude, but he dies of the poison. That's $500. Rogue shenanigans. I don't think I'm quite that lucky. I would be. Suffice to say, my mind would be blown if someone ever gave me $500 over Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. This is an interesting. Check this out. The -2 Buckler of Kasut. Now here's a tactical decision. Do I want to have totally awful shield, or do I want to have RF plus and RC plus? I think I want to have RF plus and RC plus. Hey West, how you doing, man? Things are really great. I'm working on a fork of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Going to defeat the devil's team. I built a nice little Java program that helps people to make vaults, which are like the little sections of the game that, you know, that comprise the dungeon and whatnot. Okay, good. Sacks and boxes do stack in this version. Someone donated like $4,000 to a streamer I went to high school with. Was this a girl? I've noticed that attractive women tend to get better donations, you know. Oh, dude, check it out! It's my favorite thing. Rods. There are rods in this game. In this version of the game, we're probably going to bring back rods. I'd like to hear Doesn't-He's opinion, and some other people on the team and the community. But like, I think that we should bring back rods. I think rods are awesome. I love rods. I do love rods. Yeah, Fox, they did get removed, but this is an older version of the game. Hence the reason I'm able to play High Elves right now. Kind of created a bit of a inventory management problem, but that's solvable. Imagine a version of the game with BVC and Rod of Inaccuracy. So yeah, High Elves were removed. I'm going to explain something cool. Check this out. Rod of Inaccuracy. Okay, this was one of many rods. The way rods worked was you wield it and then you evoke it, and it's got like 9 points, which is basically, I guess, it charges. And depending on the level of the spell inside of the rod, this one's level 3, it costs 3 charges, you know, and then it recharges over time based on your evocations. All right, and you zap your enemies with the rod, right? So if you used it once, it goes to 6 out of 9. And the way this one works, this Bolt of Inaccuracy is hilarious because it does huge damage with very, very low accuracy. So it's useful against like big, beefy, fat, like low EV monsters, and if you could somehow nerf somebody's EV, it becomes even more cool. So imagine a version of the game where you could BVC something and then hit it with the Rod of Inaccuracy. It's really cool. Cheating? This is the latest version of the game where I was allowed to play a High Elf. And you know that. Come on. Anyway, let's, do I want to buy the Lamp of Fire? I think I do. It's really good. How are we doing on our spells? Stat form still quite hunger-inducing. Yeah, Disc of Storms is one of my favorite items. I had forgotten how many cool things are in this version of the game. It's really fun stuff, you know. Oh, let's drop the Hex manual. What am I doing? Low hit point warning. The only way to do the streak, honestly, is to wait until the heat death of the universe for them to re-implement High Elves. Honestly, like, I don't even know if I disagree with the removal of High Elves. They were kind of a bland species. I mean, I will be considering bringing back old species that were removed. And there will definitely be new species added to the game. One of the first things we're putting in is we're putting OgNe into the game, which is like a sort of demon ogre type guy, like a magical demon ogre that has a very interesting mechanic that has to do with spell casting. And that's from B-Crawl. So we're going to be taking ideas from outside the game. Ador, you're thinking of DgEE or whatever. I think the D is silent. But yeah, those are coming back as well, although probably rebalanced. Archaeologist is probably going to make it into the game. I love archaeologists. You know, one of the things that's going to differentiate the definitive version of DCSS from legacy DCSS is the idea that you know, we're going to take ideas from the community. We're not just going to like laugh or mock people when they try to add new things. You know, if it comes from outside the insular little group, that doesn't mean it's going to get like denied immediately like it does in existing you know, vanilla DCSS. Will vampire actually suck blood? Yeah, we're not using Ebering's silly two-state vampires. That's not going to happen. Vampires might be redone, but definitely not in that wacky two-state version. I'm not a huge fan of that. Can't wait till Malcolm becomes the power mad Janny he despises. That's already happened with my control of the roguelites subreddit. One of the first things I did was ban Pyrol just to see what would happen. Well, I mean, that's not actually true. It's because I thought that maybe he could learn a lesson about frivolous bans once he suffered from one, but he didn't learn anything, which I guess is sort of normal, par for the course. Release when? I don't know. I don't have a schedule. It might be a couple weeks from now, actually. The problem is that our artist is actually in the process of moving, and I don't want to release the game until all the art assets for the new branch are in the game. And while the dude is super talented, he is a little strapped for time for the next couple weeks. Yeah, no, Fox. I mean, we are... It just depends when we want to release it. I don't know exactly how many changes I want to be in the game by the time we're ready to put it out. I know for a fact I want the new branch, okay, which is going to be a lair branch, by the way, with a theme that we haven't seen in Dungeon Crawl yet, with brand new enemies, brand new art assets throughout the whole thing. A lot of really cool mechanics are going to be in this branch. There's going to be a really cool boss monster that guards the rune every time, so that's a new concept. I don't want to get too much into the details yet, just to kind of leave some hype, but it's going to be really awesome. And then, you know, that's the thing guaranteed, like that branch will be fully playable and ready. And it's going to, for the time being, it's going to always show up. It's going to replace, what it's going to do is it's going to replace one of the two. Here's a new concept. It's going to replace Shoals or Snake. Okay, your Poison branch, your Water branch, it could replace either of them. It's going to be somewhere in between those two things. Kind of like a Poison/Water branch. Some of the same themes in it. I'll explain more later. But it's going to be really interesting. And then so that's going to be in the game for sure when I launch the fork. But after that, you know, is there anything else that I want to definitely be ready by the time we release, by the time we make this thing public? I don't know. I want to change a few fiddly things, like, for example, one of the first commits was me changing Zealot's sword back to Sword of Jihad. All the political changes that were made to sort of avoid offending people who weren't even offended in the first place. Like, I don't think anybody actually cared about these item names. Those things are going to get reverted. All the gender swaps that they did on the NPCs for no particularly good reason, those are going to get reverted. That's minor stuff, but I just want to say that's going to happen before the game goes public. And then, like, in terms of actual development, I think I at least want to get Oni in the game, and Archaeologist, and a version of Demigod that, what is it, like, a version of Demigod that is kind of like the one in B-Crawl, only actually finished. I would say that once those things are done and the branch, I will be 100% comfortable with making the fork playable online. I also, in an ideal world, I'd like to get, what do you call it? I'd like to get the record system, you know, recording. So there's like a database of wins and losses, and that would be good. Famagunk, the unique basic ooze. Well, I mean, honestly, like, I want to kind of focus on being positive. Like, the people who run the existing game, I've said it enough, I think, you know, they're jerks. They're either like narcissists or they're apologists for narcissists, and I think instead I'm going to try to focus on just like positive stuff, like focus on the development, focus on adding new stuff to the game, on stripping the slacktivism out of the game, and on creating something that's just genuinely fun to play. And we're going to leave those people behind because, you know, they're in the past. They're not really developing the game anymore. You know, development of mainline crawl has been stagnating really badly for years now. at an increasing pace, you know, or I guess I should say development has been decreasing in its pace. So number one is like just doing the opposite of that, you know, actually adding new stuff to the game at a pace that's like reasonable, you know, and not like, oh, you know, our entire version is that we changed the name of Hellfire to Damnation. Like, what is that? Come on. It's outrageous. So none of this, like, they call it bike shedding, where you're, you know, just changing stuff for the sake of changing it, but not actually really adding anything important to the game, you know. Naga grapple attacks that root you, but reduces grappled enemies' ability. I could see some rebalancing on Nagas. Nagas right now are the absolute worst species in the game, although I think Dynast might disapprove of that statement. Basically, I don't know. Basically, I kind of want to make it so that their grapple attack actually hits at level 1. Hey Hardwood, yeah, I'm late. I'm supposed to be streaming Westnoth right now, so let me stop the recording for Dungeon Crawl. I'll do that right now. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.